So first of all, the Bologna process. Just a reminder, we're now in the second phase of the Bologna process. It started with the Bologna Declaration in 1999 with the aim of increasing the international competitiveness of the European system of higher education, saying that the vitality and efficiency of any civilization can be measured by the appeal that its culture has to offer other countries. And we need to ensure that the European higher education area acquires a worldwide degree of attraction equal to our extraordinary cultural and scientific traditions. The Bologna Declaration was made at a time when there was a lot of confusion of how the European education system worked. Very, very great from country to country. It was misleading to students from outside the European area. It was confusing for students within the European area because if they wanted to move, it was very difficult to understand how the system worked. So really the idea of the Bologna process was to try and make us more uniform while keeping and respecting the diversity that we have in Europe. So there were certain elements of the Bologna Declaration. First of all, the need to be able to recognize what the students have done within their degree program. A system of easily readable and comparable degrees. And what's developed was the diploma supplement, which we should all be filling out now and giving to our students so that they can take this around and it can be a record of what they've actually done beyond the award of a particular degree. The degree structure was changed from a 5-year program or more in 5 years to the bachelor-master system. Initially, the Bologna process just focused on the bachelor-master, but now, of course, it includes the doctorate program. A system by which credits can be carried from one university to another, and the adoption of the European Credit Transfer System, ECTS. It still has problems. It's a question of workload within what one credit is worth, but it's a step in the right direction, a very big step in the right direction. The promotion of mobility between universities for staff and students. The promotion of European cooperation and quality assurance, and I'll come back to that. Promotion of a European dimension to higher education, and here we're thinking of promoting the attractiveness of the European, what came known as the European higher education area, and the European research area. The involvement of the European research area has come in later in the process, the Bologna process. We're now in the second phase of the Bologna process. But what I want to say is that the importance of quality assurance in all these processes that have been going on within the Bologna process. What we need to do is to measure the success of the implementation of the Bologna process, the success of involving the students, the success of the bachelor and master system. And of course there's still problems that some countries have adopted a 4+1 bachelor and master system, other countries have adopted the 3+2. So while we strive for uniformity, we still have diversity, and that still, I guess, will cause confusion to students coming from outside Europe. But I think it's clearer now how students from outside Europe can enter the educational system within Europe. The issues that have been for the universities in adopting this system have been what are the benefits. Hopefully the universities have seen the benefits, but there have been huge costs in reorganization of the degree programs. How to develop a European dimension in the curriculum, looking beyond your own country and thinking about how you should take a wider perspective in the curriculum. Manage the implementation of the teaching and learning experience, so particularly thinking about mobility and the opportunity for bachelor students to enter the employment market after the bachelor degree, which has been very new and is still, I don't think, fully accepted by the employers or by the universities. I think universities on the whole still expect the students to carry on to do a master's program. And And also, we have to think about this institutions' preparedness for international participation. If we're going to be part of a big international community in Europe, and we want mobility, and we want credit transfers, we have to have structures within our university which can adopt that process. And this is where quality assurance comes in. So the second part of my presentation will focus on international quality assurance and accreditation. Why should we be adopting international quality assurance? Emphasis on the word international. First of all, about quality assurance, I think there are two key phrases which cause some confusion. And the difference is the for and the of, highlighted in red here. Fitness for purpose. Does the degree program achieve the stated outcomes that it's set out in a piece of paper? You set out a nice curriculum, you say what the learning outcomes should be. Are they really achieved? So that's the fitness for purpose. Are the stated outcomes being achieved? And the other question is, for a degree program, is the fitness of purpose. And here the focus is on whether the expected outcomes are appropriate in the case of a master degree program, for a master degree program. So, are we achieving what we say we want to achieve, and is that a standard which we would expect for a master degree program? During the Bologna process, they've discussed what should be achieved at the first, second and third cycles. And these are loosely called the Dublin descriptors, and now is encapsulated in the European Higher Education Framework. But these are written quite loosely. I've had to abbreviate it because it's too much text on the slide. But basically, students will have demonstrated knowledge and understanding appropriate to the master degree level, can apply their knowledge and understanding and problem-solving abilities, have the ability to integrate knowledge and handle complexity, can communicate conclusions to specialists and non-specialists about what they're doing, and have learning skills to allow them to continue to study after the end of the master program and throughout their career, so lifelong learning capacity. Obviously, this is written very loosely. You can build anything into these words. And even if you look at the Dublin descriptors and the full description, you have to read what's at the bachelor level and what's at the doctorate level to try and make clear what you expect a master degree program to do. But this focuses on one of the previous questions that I gave you. So when we come to look at assess the quality of a master degree program, this is our starting point. Does it meet the requirements of a master degree program? Then, up to now, degree programs have been accredited normally by a national agency, if there is a national agency in the country. I think in Finland they don't have, or only just now have an accreditation agency. But I think in this part of the world you've had accreditation for a long time. What's happened in Europe is there's been a move to set up international accreditation agencies. And the European Parliament and Council have encouraged the idea of complementarity assessment to enhance the international reputation of our degree programs. So international accreditation can be on top of national accreditation or instead of national accreditation. The national agencies are very protective of their remit in this area, but I believe that international accreditation is coming. The engineers have international accreditation agency. The business management have their own accreditation agency. The chemistries have their own accreditation agency. And now EELS, European Accreditation Agency for the Life Sciences, has been set up. We're a very new accreditation agency. We've been developing it for the last 5 years or more, with support from the European Commission, initially with 2 projects, but now we're on our own. We have accredited 1 degree program, Erasmus Mundus degree program, which is led by Ghent University. My next question is then for you is why EELS? Can you have the next slide? Why do we think there's benefit of setting up an international accreditation in the life sciences. There's been, as you know, a recent development of many master's courses designed to attract international students from outside Europe. We want to attract the best students from around the world, and particularly the Commission, European Commission, have been encouraging this with the Erasmus Mundus degree program, which provides very attractive studentships. But also, many universities want to attract international students because of the best international students, because of the skills they bring and understanding and ability, but also because they also bring in a lot of money as well, which is also important to universities. As part of that development has been the development of double and joint MScs like before.